Hello everyone, my name is Anisha Roy and I am an intern at Lexus & Company. Today in this video, I'll be discussing about intoxication, general defense. So let's proceed. So we know that there is a well-defined maxim for the defense of intoxication, that is qui pacet ebrius levat sobrius, which means the person is not charged when he remains under intoxication but shall be penalized when he is sober or not in the influence of intoxication. So chapter 4 of the IPC 1860 talks about the general exceptions. It absolves the criminal liability of a person who is in the state of inability to form rational thinking and commits an act that constitutes a crime. So it is a defense that is available to the criminal defendants on the ground that as a result of intoxication, the defendant loses his capability to understand the nature of the act itself and as to what they are doing and what are the repercussions that could happen as a result of doing of that act that constitutes that crime. And the intoxication is covered under the general exceptions under chapter 4 of IPC. Thus, intoxication is a general defense, but it is not a strong one, and even if it serves to reduce the severity of a punishment, if a person cannot escape completely from the liability. This is because a common man will not have much respect for the law if a drunk or a drunken man commits something against him and the man gets away with his conduct merely because he was too much intoxicated. So it would create an illusion in the mind of it will create a belief on the mind of the common people that they can do any wrong if they are intoxicated, and so it will not be in favor of the common public and in the favor of general welfare. So that is what is the aim of the law. So in order to protect what the basic objectives of law and the need to protect the society from these kind of offenses, it is necessary that the defense of intoxication is not taken in a unhealthy manner. And there are also rules regarding this, like we have understood that moreover it is also said that often the people commit crimes and claim that they are under the influence of the alcohol to try and get the benefits of section 86 under the IPC. The first categorical difference that is that was made in the case of in the British law, that the defense of intoxication is not codified under any specific section, while under the Indian law it has been clearly codified in section 85 and 86 of the Indian Penal Code, and IPC it also covered the topic of intoxication as a part of general exceptions. So regarding this, we can say that in our Indian Penal Code we have two types of intoxication defined under section 85 and section 86. The first one is involuntary intoxication and the second one is voluntary intoxication. So talking about involuntary intoxication, only involuntary intoxication is taken as a defense under IPC, and yes, only involuntary intoxication could be considered to be a defense under IPC, and a voluntary intoxication is not exempted. And the test has been laid to see if a person is liable for the offence or not. That is, the forcibility test is considered while dealing with such cases. Section 85 in this respect, it basically talks about the offences in which a person is involuntarily intoxicated. That means the intoxicating substance is given against his or her own will, and he was having no knowledge of the intake of the intoxicating substance, and this indicates that the substance was given to him forcibly, maybe forcibly, or he was not either aware of having such intoxicating substance in his body. and it was given to him as an intoxicant, but he may not be aware that the substance given to him, administered to him, was an intoxicant that made him commit the mistake under the influence of intoxication, that resulted into the deprivation of his use of mind to apply in the case of having that act that actually resulted in the commission of the crime. So the person should be intoxicated at the time of doing that act, and not after or before the commission of that offense. And he should not be aware of the consequences of such an act, that the act is that act he is doing is contrary or wrong as per the law, or that is it is neither natural nor penal consequences of his act. And only after these conditions are satisfied, a person can be exempted under this section. So section 85, it protects a man from the criminal liability if at the time of committing the offense he was capable of knowing the nature of the act, or that he was doing something wrong or contrary to law by reason of intoxication, provided that the intoxicant was administered to him without his knowledge or against his will. A person seeking protection under section 85 of IPC is required to establish that he was incapable of knowing the nature of the act committed. Second, he was doing that what was either wrong or contrary to the law, and that the thing that was intoxicated him was administered to him without his knowledge or against his will. So these are also the ingredients that together make up section 85 and constitute involuntary intoxication, and leading into the taking the defense of the involuntary intoxication. So that's all for today. In this video, I have discussed what is the defense of intoxication and involuntary intoxication. In the next video, I'll be discussing about the voluntary intoxication. So thank you for listening.